Hi, welcome back to the course. Now in the last parts, we've learned about the two basic essentials that you need for studio photography, which is the strobe light and a modifier. Now, of course, the third one is the backdrop that you see behind me. There's nothing to really talk about backdrops because it's pretty self-explanatory, but I would still like to just show you how this all works. So basically a backdrop consists of these backdrop stands, a horizontal bar, and a muslin cloth like we've seen before in the first video, and the clamps. Now, of course, you also get slightly more convenient backdrops which are rolling backdrops, so you can mount certain pipes on your ceiling or on your wall, and you get these rollers with the chains, and you can just pull your backdrops down like this instead of having to manually set your backdrop every time. So of course those are also recommended, but those are slightly more costly as compared to this, because right now, just before making this video, I saw the cost for this particular backdrop because I got mine a long time back. So I just checked the cost for this particular setup and it was 2,200 rupees on Amazon. So you can see how cheap having a setup like this is. The rolling ones make your life easier and convenient, but they can be slightly more costly, but you should know about it so that if you have the money, you can go for it. Now, these are actually not that tough to assemble or deassemble. That's why I really like them. Of course, they don't look too great, but they do the job. So of course, like you said, like I told you, we have the clamps here. So let me just remove the clamps. And then you have this cloth, which just comes down like this. Just keep the clamps here. You can just roll this, keep it, and usually the bars can also be deassembled, so it doesn't really occupy too much space. Mine are slightly old and rusty, so this takes a bit of time to come. So you can just keep them wherever you have some little space, and these usually can just be folded into really small objects like this. So you can see that you'll be doing the same thing with the other one, and what you'll find is that all this setup is not really going to take too much space. That's why for beginners, it's absolutely fine. I've always used these kind of backdrops, but if you want to go for the rolling ones, you can. So now that we're done with the basic essentials that you would need to set up a budget home studio, from the next part onwards in this course, we're moving towards the fun phase, the learning phase, where we'll be actually seeing how to take shots. So we'll be seeing different light setups, we'll be seeing the different settings you would require in your camera in order for the strobes to work well. We'll also be changing our backgrounds from white to black and other things like that. So I'm very, very excited. I bet you are too. So let's go there.